Big protests have been happening in LA. It's over immigration enforcement operations. Many of the protests were peaceful, but some did turn violent. Over 100 protesters were arrested. President Trump called in 2,000 members of the National Guard. On Monday, he sent another 2,000 National Guard troops along with 700 Marines to the area. The National Guard is an emergency part-time military team in each state that can be called in by the governor or, in certain cases, by the president. Trump said that any protest or act of violence that stopped officials would be considered, quote, a form of rebellion, and said that without them, quote, Los Angeles would have been completely obliterated. Presidents do not usually call in the National Guard, and this hasn't happened in decades without a state's request or consent. California Governor Gavin Newsom said that Trump's orders are, quote, illegal, unconstitutional, immoral, and a blatant abuse of power. Now, I mentioned how governors are almost always in charge of their state's National Guard. So Newsom sued Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for going against his role. Trump said he would support arresting Governor Newsom for interfering with ICE actions, but this hasn't happened. The city of Glendale ended their contract letting the federal government keep people arrested by immigration officials at the Glendale police station. We're watching to see what happens next.